Thanks for tuning in. Well, we have a very different looking Pagani design box. Not the typical blue flip top, but a textured gray flip top. So let's see what we have here. Well, we've got the usual blue polishing cloth, hooray. But we have this very, very nice ruby dial date just. Sticker still on. I will be taking the stickers off, but I'm not gonna bore you with it, with the whole process. So let's put this back here. I'm still wearing my 1662 GMT, working without a hitch. So yeah, let's pause the video and I will take the plastics off and give you a closer look and an overall detailed review of this. And we're back. Removed the plastic, which is actually not too big of an ordeal as I thought it would be, but still a bit of a pain, and nobody wants to see that on camera. It tends to be a bit tedious. I removed, well, just before I tell you what I removed, they include a screwdriver because it does have screw pins. They include this screwdriver, which, if you have small, slender fingers, which I don't, I'm sure it's easier to use. So I used a long handle screwdriver that I got in another watch box, which I find a lot easier to use. I removed a total of 6 half lengths, so 3 full lengths. That's one thing I do like about this bracelet, is that it's got half lengths. I filled out the card as to when I bought it, March of this year, from the PAGANI Design AE Official Store. And you get the usual stuff, the cloth, the foam. I really like the box. I hope they continue to use this box for future watches, or maybe it's just for the perceived upscale watches like this. Absolutely gorgeous PD 1783, which is clearly a homage to the date. Now, there's two. I'll put the link in the description below of the store that I bought it from, or the link to the item that I bought it from the store. There's 2 versions, one with Roman numerals and one with these baton indices. Now, if you'll look closely, I know if I move the camera closer, my phone's going to tell me that to move back for better focus. But you'll notice the batons they're not just straight; they're crystals. So it's got a very, very nice, depending on how the light hits it, it's got a very, very nice light reflecting off of it, and the sunburst dial is doing its thing. I mean, it's actually really, really nice. It looks a lot better with the stickers off than it did with it on. So you've got the Cyclops for the date. You've got the day up there at the 12 o'clock, and it uses an NH36 movement and 100 meters of water resistance because it has a screw down crown. You've got a display case back, which is showing off that movement, and the butterfly clasp. No micro adjust, unfortunately. So actually, I'll keep that open because I'm going to put this on my wrist. I'll give you a quick shot of my 6-inch wrist. Oh, caught on the glove. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Well, time for new gloves anyway. Okay, so let's put this on. Now, I don't like my watches super, super loose, but I don't like them super snug either, because right now in where we are, it's hot and humid, and I noticed yesterday when my wife and I are walking around, at the beginning of the day the watch was loose, and then towards the end of the day it got snugger. So I've got a little bit of play, or a little bit of looseness, but not too much. Oh, I hate these butterfly clasps. So a little bit of looseness, but not too much. And I have to admit, when I first got this in, I was kind of like, I can't see myself wearing this. But even, you know, a few minutes into this video, I'm looking at it, I'm going, wow, I could definitely wear this for a week. So this is going to be the watch of the week. And let's take some measurements, because I was looking at the info card, and it was telling me it's got it's a 40 millimeter dial, which I believe it is. Let's do that first. So what do we have here? Well, it's actually, and depending on how you take the how you use your calipers, I mean, it's 41 and a bit. So that's interesting. We've got a thickness of, including the sapphire crystal, we've got a thickness of, you know, well, 12, let's say 12 millimeters. This is not cooperating. Actually, it might even be 11.5. Let's go on this side. Yeah, 11.5. Look at that. And we've got a lug to lug. The info card says 21, which will be a real shame if it is 21. Yeah, okay, so 21. So strap swaps are going to be a little bit difficult, but let's do a lug to lug. Because Pagani never puts lug to lug measurements in their info cards. So we've got a lug to lug of 49.3-ish. So no wonder it wears really, really nicely. We've got a signed crown. Oh, look at that. See, using the calipers, I've already put scratches in the finish. Sapphire, I mean, there's not really much else to say. I'll do I'm not even gonna bother doing a loom shot, because this is not a nighttime watch. This is go out and wear it on your dates. Again, I'll put a link in the description as to where I bought it. I also have it for sale on my on my eBay store. So if you want to buy it from me, then you're pretty much guaranteed you know it's going to work, because I'm doing this review and I've worn it on my wrist for a week. And you know it works if you're buying it directly from Pagani Design, or not Pagani Design. If you're buying it directly from AliExpress, you don't really know if you're going to get a dud. So at least this way, you know you're getting something that works, because I've used it. One thing that was interesting, though, on the bracelet, the centers are polished and the ends are brushed, and then the edges over here are polished. But on the underside, like the surfaces that touch your skin, they're completely brushed. So the odds of them getting marked up by and gunked are slim. Yeah. All in all, it's a beautiful watch. And I chose this because I don't like Roman numerals, and I like the red sunburst dial, which, yeah, I can't wait to get this out in the sun to get a better look at it. So what will follow is I do have some 21 millimeter straps, so I'll do some wrist strap swaps and do wrist rolls and such. But definitely worth checking out if this is the style that you want. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have yourself a great day. We're back. I almost forgot. I mean, while I'm shooting this video, I might as well do a comparison between the 40 mil and the 36 mil, which I just happen to have on hand because it's still in my for sale inventory. So we'll put this back on my wrist, and I'll show you the difference. Oh, This has got to go in first. We're actually a little later in the day on the day I shot this video, Sunday the 7th. And because of the weather, I had to put in another link because I went outside to do a wrist roll shot, and my wrist swelled up and it became uncomfortably snug. So that's how that looks. And the 36 mil, which still has a tag on it, and I like this clasp a lot better than the butterfly. But yeah, so I haven't sized this, but yeah, still, despite the size, I'm not a huge 36 mil fan, but I don't mind the way that looks, except for the Roman numerals. Don't like the Roman numerals, but that's just me. I prefer the batons. So yeah, much better, much nicer. So there you have it. In case you were wondering how they differ in size.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.